I welcome you to another session of Practicum in Science Teaching, SCD 305, the Computer Science Option, Part 2. During the Part 1 presentation, I shared with you generally what a computer is, why you need basic computer skills, and we shared together, we carried out some activities together on the use of the mouse, the keyboard. I will encourage you that you give time to practice. These skills are acquired better by practicing, not by long time presentation or lecture. Today in this part 2, we'll be looking at Microsoft Office Suite, particularly the Microsoft Word. The presentation is going to be brief, but you should understand that it's meant to just introduce you to it. The system is user-friendly. I expect you, after this short presentation, to pick up from here and explore the various aspects of the software. There's what we call Microsoft Office Suite. A suite is a set of rooms. In an hotel, you have a set of rooms that are connected together. So this Microsoft Office Suite is made up of different packages, like the Microsoft Word that we're going to be dwelling on mostly. We also have the Microsoft Excel, we have the PowerPoint, we have Access, and we have a number of others that belong to that family. Talking about the Microsoft Word itself is one of the packages that belong to the Microsoft Office, and it has different versions. It's a product of Microsoft corporations in the US. You have the earlier versions and you have advanced versions. You have versions 1993, 1997, but those ones are getting fast outdated. We have 2000, 2003, 2007, 2010, 2013, and the more recent ones. But for this presentation, we shall be making use of the 2010 version. To get to the Microsoft Word environment, it's very easy. You simply go through the Start button, and then you see the Microsoft Office, and then you locate Microsoft Word there. You are there. In case you have done some work on Microsoft Word before, you don't want to take all that pain. You simply look at the existing document, double click on it, it will open the document that have been there before. Then from there you open a new one. Either you use Ctrl N or you use your mouse to do that. Then let's look at some of the features of the Microsoft Word. Let me say from the onset that the Microsoft Word and all these other packages that belong to the Microsoft Office Suite, they have similar features. They have similar features. Basically, 5 of them. You have the title bar, you have the menu bar, you have the text area, you have the status bar, and of course, you have the task bar. We will look closely into some of these now and see what we can do with some of the features that are in these bars. So what we are going to do is we are going to make reference to just few of them. Then I expect you to go after this presentation to explore, to look at the others and see how you can apply them to the documents you have prepared already. So I told you that we have 5 areas in the Microsoft Word, and of course it applies to other Microsoft Office packages. You have the title bar. You see what I pointed out here? This one on top here is the title bar. The title bar usually will give you the name of the package. Look at the package here, Microsoft Word. And then it will give you the file, the name of the document you are dealing with. I told you that you have this similar. If you go to Microsoft PowerPoint, it's going to be the same thing you will see. You go to Excel, you see this same title bar on top. If you are in Microsoft PowerPoint, you will see Microsoft PowerPoint here, and then you see the title of the document. After the title bar, then you have the menu bar. This is the menu bar here. This area is the menu bar. What you have on top here, you discover that by the time you click on any of them, look at home, it brings down a set of menu that shows you some activities you can carry out. If you click on insert, it will give you another set of menu here. You can see it's different from what you had for home. The same thing for page layout, for references, for mailings, for review, for view. So this is the menu bar. After the menu bar, you have the text area. This is where you prepare your documents and do all the formatting. Then over here, after that, you have the status bar. As the name implies, status. It shows you where you are in this document. For instance, you see here, it's saying page 1 of 1. This is page 1. It's telling you that you're on page 1, and there's only one page in that document. If you have some words here, it will give you the number of words. Over here, we have 0 because nothing is typed here. I show you another one that contains some documents. You see the number of words. Look at this document, for instance. The number of words here, as you can see, is not 0. It's 183. And this is page 1 of 2. That means there are 2 pages in this document and you are on page 1. Then by the time you go down again, the last one is the task bar. Task. It enables you to carry out some tasks. If you look at it, it has some of the documents that have been opened here. This is for Word. If you click on this, you see all the Word documents that you have opened. You see them? You have 4 here. If you click on the PowerPoint here, you see the Word documents opened here. The same thing if you click on Excel, you see the document for Excel over here. So the taskbar gives you those documents we are working on. And if you move towards the extreme right, you see the system time. That right now is 2:42 p.m. And then of course you see the date there. So these are the 5 major areas of the Microsoft Word, and it also applies to the other Microsoft Office packages. Now let's go back and do a few exercises on this. Now we are on, if you start with file here, you will see the different options here. You can save. If you want to save by the time you are here, you simply click on save. If you want to use save as, you simply click on this. If you want to change the file name and still retain what you had before, so you have other ones there, I encourage you to explore them. Then if you click on home, you have quite a number of activities you can do here. For instance, with the document we have here, if you want to copy them, you see the copy cut here, copy and cut is not highlighted. But in case you want to copy any of these documents, what you simply do is you highlight, and then you see by the time you have highlighted, copies here is ready for use. So when you click this, you copy, and so on and so forth. You can cut also there. And then if you come here, you can change the font of this. It was Times New Roman. You can change it to Book Manual style. You can change the size, their font size. You can change it to, this is 24. So you can do quite a number of activities here. I demonstrated to you yesterday that you can align left, you can centralize, you can align right, you can justify, and several other things you can do here. You have so many things. I encourage you to explore all of these to get things done. If you look at this one here, a lot of people, maybe some of you that have been using the Microsoft Word, maybe you don't know about this. You have a table and they want you to present the table in a form different from what it was before. You can use this here. If you see there, you see no border. If you click on this, let me just quickly demonstrate what you have here. I want to change this table. I want to remove all the lines in between here, in between the tables here. You simply highlight the table, okay? Then After highlighting the table, if you come over here, you will see no border. No border will erase all the lines here. Then you can go on to put border on top. You can see top border, you can see bottom border, and then you format it the way you would want to do it. Quite a number of things you can do here. If you go to insert gives you a set of activities that you can also carry out here. Insert means you bring something from outside and put there. There are various types you can do. You can bring in picture, you can bring in shapes, you can bring in charts, histogram, pie chart, and the rest of them, and several other things you can do here. If you move to the extreme left, you have equation here, you have symbols. Those of you that will type mathematical materials, you need to get to this area to be able to get that done. You cannot do it like you do all the other things. So that's how it is. Eventually, you can do a lot, format and do several things here. Just as I told you before, we cannot even cover this if we continue to talk for the next 24 hours. But the beauty of it is that it's user friendly. I encourage you to get on, make reference to all these parts, and see and use a document, to format a document and see how it works. You will enjoy it and you would be happy you've done that. Thank you very much. See you next time during the part 3 of this presentation.